All righty, we are live. Again, I will say it is smoother. It is smoother on the. Let me fix this real quick. Well, the VLC is doing okay, but I prefer the movies and TV. Those of y'all that got Windows 10, you know what I'm talking about. Those of y'all that don't have any idea what I'm talking about. All right, so let's open. There's only one person here. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about that. All righty. We back. Let me put this food away and let me give y'all something to watch while I'm gone. Share screen. I gotta put that food away. I didn't feel like moving. Yeah, in case y'all know. I don't even know I get that. I know I'm dehydrated. I gotta get some water. Nah, it should be alright because we brought water. Matter of fact, I got it right here. All righty. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Whew. That was a nice little trip. All right. Thanks to everybody that helped out. Let's see what's going on in the world today. Let me come back and bring y'all in. Share the screen. Les always says, get some rest too. I got news for you, Blessed Always. I don't like to leave everybody hanging. So, but if I said I wasn't tired, I'd be lying, but I'm feeling good. Hey, we got 13 people watching. Let's go to New York.
And now to a developing story, a search for a gunman who exchanged fire with NYPD officers near the Barclays Center in Brooklyn.
Police say it all started after police pulled over a vehicle. CBS 2's Jessica Layton live in downtown Brooklyn with the new video. Jessica.
Christina Maurice, the NYPD is still here, in fact, investigating the incident involving their own officers. And tonight, as you said, the guy who shot at police still hasn't been caught. Surveillance video shows frantic people running into a restaurant for cover after shots were fired in Brooklyn, right outside Barclays Center.
They looked frightened and they were saying, oh, there's a shooting outside, there's a shooting.
Restaurant owner and chef Patrick Simpson was scared too, ducking as the sound of gunfire interrupted an afternoon meeting.
I heard a gunshot. I heard, I think, one or two shots. When I came outside, I could just heard like cars spinning up the block.
He was hearing a police pursuit on Atlantic Avenue. Sources say cops got a call that a man in a black BMW had a gun. They tried to stop the car and the driver kept going. We're told that's when someone inside the vehicle shot at police and cops fired back.
It's chaos. It's pure chaos.
So many surrounding streets had to be shut down as police took pictures and placed evidence markers next to shell casings and glass. It caused gridlock in an already congested area on a concert night here, no less.
You can't get to Atlantic Avenue. You can't get to Flatbush. You can't do nothing. The police is not helping out. It's traffic backed up.
It was so bad, 2 fire trucks were delayed getting to an emergency. And for this chef, the day ends with a lot of lost business.
They just basically shut down the entire business from 2 o'clock. From when it happened, it's been totally slow.
So it's been
New York.
7 hours here, and in all that time, somehow nobody.
Welcome back, Nia. Welcome back, Alistair.
Brooklyn tonight. Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.
All right, so let's take a look. What else we got here? Any other good news to look at? Uh-oh.
Now, police are searching for a man who assaulted a 16-year-old girl outside a restaurant in Queens, placing her in a chokehold. In security camera video, you can see the man walk up behind that teen as she sat at a table on Ditmars Boulevard in Astoria and grab her by the neck. He quickly releases her but remains nearby and approaches her again. A witness did intervene. The teenager was not seriously injured.
People are just sick nowadays. People are just sick. What the heck? Why would you go up to somebody minding their own business and put them in a chokehold? And suppose she had pulled out something and slit his throat or shot him. Then what? Oh, they found the little boy. Ah, I got a story on that. I just remembered. I sent some stories to Liz's Hangout. Hey, what happened? Hey, what y'all? Hold on, y'all. I got a couple of stories for y'all that I bookmarked earlier today. Let's check them out. That daggone shame, you can't even sit nowhere. Somebody coming to get you.
A traffic stop turned violent near the Lincoln Tunnel. Video posted on social media showed a driver attacking 3 NYPD agents.
He whooping that butt still. Oh, man, he whooping them.
He was involved in a collision.
And he got back in the car and drove off. Oh, come on.
And took off. It happened yesterday around 6:30 in the evening near West.
Look, he beat the cops on y'all.
The traffic agents suffered cuts to their faces. The suspects are now in custody.
Oh, we gotta wind this back. Hold on, we gotta wind this back. Hold on, put this in slow mo. Put this in the slow mo. Anytime you see the cops get beat up, we gotta see this in slow mo. You can mute it. Let's see this. Bam! Front kick. Higher side. Bam! Look at him. Why they ain't get the pepper spray? What are they doing? He got back in the car. He made the guys look like punks. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, let's bring that back. The regular, no, not the quality. No. That's not what we want. Playback speed, normal. We had to see that. One man beat all of guys 3-on-1. Not only did he beat him up, he got back in the car. Come on now. Beat him up. They got back in the car. Mud Duck said he charged the cops for damage to the car. Yeah, they hit the car. What the car do to them? The man beating them up. All right, y'all. It's time to get some more information about the Looney Tunes we saw yesterday. Y'all know what we talked about it earlier.
The video was shocking. It shows a woman who police say is 29-year-old Anthea Egabara violently shoving another woman into an oncoming train in the Times Square subway.
She should have grabbed her by the leg and drug her with her.
Shoe comes flying off.
And both of them would have hit the train.
Egabara was later caught and charged with.
And then she should have been beaten on her head to the cops came.
I saw that video. The whole family is distressed and upset about this. And I feel so sorry for the woman that got pushed in the subway. I am so sorry.
Egabara's mother, Deidrea Gregg, says she's heartbroken by what her daughter allegedly did. Egabara's family says she has long suffered from mental illness. She has been diagnosed with schizophrenia, among other disorders. They say she's sweet when she's taking her medication, but since she's an adult, they can't force her to take her prescriptions. As a result, Egabara's family said she slipped through the cracks, spending years in homeless shelters and getting into trouble.
She's been mental for a while, and the whole family been struggling and fighting to get her help, and it's so hard to have someone in your family that suffers from mental illness. Everybody's going through it right now. The whole family is distraught.
The victim of that subway attack is still recovering after she suffered broken bones in her face. She spoke with CBS 2's John Diaz about the horrifying incident.
I never thought it would happen to me. My face is swollen. I have a broken nose and a fracture. Someone needs to take responsibility for this because this can't be happening.
And Egabara was in court late this morning. The judge set a cash bail at $100,000. We're live in Lower Manhattan. Nick Callaway, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Nick, brutal images.
If I was that woman, I wouldn't want her locked up. I would want 5 minutes. I can bring any weapon I want. She can't bring none. And if she survive it, then there you go. If she survive it, let her go. I guarantee you she won't bother nobody else.
But a dozen people have been arrested, including several teens, in a series of shootings, carjackings, and robberies that have terrorized the Bronx. Prosecutors say the takedown is also connected to 2 murders in July, and one of the victims was just 13. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner has the story.
These guns are tied to at least 9 incidents of gun violence this past summer, including the gang-related deaths of 13-year-old Jarian Elliott, seen walking on East 187th Street moments before he was fatally shot, and 16-year-old Raymond Gil Medrano, who was gunned down while in a cab on a way to a recording studio by suspects on scooters.
Our young people have no problems getting a gun in their hand, and our kids are killing and shooting each other. Where is the outrage?
The guns are part of an investigation that led to the arrests of 13 teens and men ranging from 16 to 22 years old. Thursday, the NYPD and the Bronx District Attorney announced they are part of rival gangs, the 800 YGs based in Belmont, who make money doing street robberies, and Third Side, based in the Norwood Mosholu area.
During this investigation, it's revealed that 800 YG members have been involved in a citywide robbery pattern, including 47 street robberies and carjackings.
Most occurred in the Bronx, where the DA says there have been 500 shooting victims this year. NYPD stats show shooting incidents are up more than 30% in the borough compared to last year, much higher than the 4% increase seen citywide. We asked if cases like this shootout in Morrisania last month will be hard to crack because no one was hurt.
So just because it happened and no one was caught right away doesn't mean that we're not working on it.
The DA says people under 18 must be held accountable for carrying a loaded gun because right now those cases are sent to family court. In the Tremont section of the Bronx, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
I ain't going to say nothing because y'all know what I'm going to say. But they do make a good point. Criminals are using the kids. They're using the kids to commit the crimes. They're using the kids to commit the crimes. We need to start holding the kids accountable for what they do instead of just sending them to juvenile for a couple months or sending them home to their mamas that turn around and send them right back out into the street. The deal drugs, the carjack, and the steal. If the parents not going to do the job, then society has to do the job. Now, when you start charging them like you charge an adult, watch them crimes go down. Watch the streets get a little cleaner. Watch the classroom get a little bit more unruly and people be in there straightening up.
Milwaukee police Thursday night around 8, responding to a gun battle at 8th and Cherry. 4 shot, 3 dead. One of the victims, 19-year-old Tanijah Turner.
My daughter Tanijah was one of the people that was hit by gunfire. She didn't make it.
Her mother tells 12 News it started with an argument because of how Tanijah parked her car at her mom's home.
The whole situation started over something that shouldn't even never got to that extent. All due to a park.
An argument between Tanijah and another young woman driver escalated.
Young lady in the other vehicle wind up calling another family member. They approached the situation with a gun.
Some of Tanijah's family and friends came outside too, and after a time, her mom says it escalated further.
The young man drew his weapon, and my son's friend said, "What is you on?" And he said, "What is you on?" and gunfire just got to exchanging.
4 people were shot. Tanija, who graduated last year from Alliance High School, died at the hospital. Her family friend, 30-year-old Terrence Taylor, was also killed, as well as 36-year-old Quentin McGee, who lived just a few doors down.
And I just feel like it was a senseless situation that shouldn't have never happened.
Nick joins us again now. Nick, what do we know about the investigation, and what do we know as far as the condition of that 4th victim?
Right. He's just 19 years old. He also lives a few doors down. He is in critical condition tonight. Police say they recovered 3 guns at the scene, but so far haven't arrested anyone.
Nick Will reporting live for us tonight. Thank you. On 37th and Meineke, 5 more shooting victims.
Well, damn!
Responding to property damage.
I thought we were dead.
They heard shots nearby. And when police got there, they say an officer got into a shootout with a suspect who then got away. Officers found 4 shooting victims inside a house there. A 5th injured man showed up at a hospital. Neighbors say they ran for cover as bullets started flying.
I heard arguing at first, and then when I came on the porch, they were all down there.
It had to be black.
In that lady house and started shooting up in there. And she ran out of there and said that her daughter had got shot. And then some boy ran this way and dropped the gun, and he got shot too.
Coming up on 12 News at 6, we'll speak with a trauma surgeon who helped treat some of the victims in last night's shootings.
And today we asked city leaders about the violence in Milwaukee last night.
We need everybody to step up, really have some conversations with many of our young people about the retaliation, about the violence that we're seeing, and really teach folks how to love themselves and love those that look like them in this community.
Look, the violence in the city is out of control. I mean, there are too many people with too easy access to weapons that harm.
It just tells you what happens when you've got this toxic combination of incredibly easy access to guns and people who decide they're going to solve their problems using guns.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You're going to kill somebody over a parking spot. A parking spot. And see, just like what I was telling y'all about that day in the market with the lady, why I walked off and didn't keep jaw-jacking with her. She would have called somebody. She already had 5 people inside there with her. She'd have went and called somebody. I'd have came out the market. It'd have been people waiting on me. It would have been people waiting on me. You just gotta, you just gotta keep walking. If somebody that worked up about a parking spot that they're gonna pull out a gun, it's better to find another parking spot. And let them come across somebody else that might pull out a gun too, and then maybe they'll both blow each other away. But there's no need for you to be blown away. That's my take on it. Anybody got anything to say? Why not ban the production of guns for the public, and these gun companies can make guns exclusively for the military and police? Because somebody is going to always break into a gun factory, break into a warehouse that's storing the guns. Somebody is always going to find a way to sell guns. We got to get young people not to pick them up, not to buy them, not to look for them. What happened to the old days? I know y'all turn your head when I say that, but y'all know the old days. Y'all remember when they had the gangs back then, but the gangs went and fought. Y'all remember Pony Boy, Stay Glow? They used to go out there. They had the little chain, had the little pipe, brass knuckles, and they went out there, they handled their business. Wasn't nobody dead. You was beat up, but you wasn't dead. Why now everything got to be let's get in the car, ride by and shoot somebody? What's manly about that? Nothing. There ain't nothing manly about that.
Officer burnout, low morale,
Chicago.
lots of retirements. Tonight, there's a Chicago police officer shortage. Many city leaders say will only get worse. CBS 2 political investigator Dana Kozlov spoke to an ex-cop about the decision to get out of Chicago.
I think that you have to take care of yourself first.
Self-preservation. One reason this now former Chicago police officer recently left the department with less than 8 years on the job.
I was frustrated with the work schedule and being put in unexpected situations. Also, I think that Chicago police officers are underpaid for what they do.
This ex-CPD officer who didn't want to be identified knows of at least 10 others who've done the same in the past year. Forced OT and canceled days off, along with plummeting CPD ranks, all factors.
I knew I was just going to be put in worse working situations and conditions from there on because they were going to be short-staffed, and the department and people who run it, the politicians, they thought that that was an okay situation for officers to be in.
This officer is one of many leaving the Chicago Police Department for smaller departments or leaving policing altogether. That, in addition to a large number of retirements, has sparked a policing crisis in Chicago, according to 9th Ward Alderman Anthony Beal.
People don't want to be the police. The police don't want to be the police.
Beal recently asked the city's budget director, Susie Park, for the expected number of sworn officer vacancies on January 1st, 2022. In this memo, Park puts that number at an expected 908 vacancies, not counting any unexpected resignations or retirements. But Beal says that number is actually much higher.
People fail to realize last year we wiped out 614 vacancies out of last year's budget. When we talk about that we're down 1,000 officers, we're actually down 1,600 officers.
The city's policing shortage isn't just due to retirements and officers leaving. Many aldermen point out to me that even if the city wanted to fill all of its officer vacancies right now, it couldn't. At a budget hearing this week, Police Superintendent David Brown told committee members about 5,000 people have applied to Chicago's Police Academy this year, compared to around 30,000 in years past. And Beal believes there are less than 100 cadets in the academy right now.
By the time you get people to take the test, pass the test, go through the background check, and get in the academy, by then, we're into 2023 going into 2024.
Beal says hiring must go hand in hand with initiatives to help combat root causes of violence. But for this ex-CPD cop, it reinforces the move to a smaller department.
I enjoy having a consistent schedule. I work longer shifts now to have more days off, and it utilizes officers for better manpower to run a department, which I think is smarter, and it benefits officers more.
In Chicago, Dana Kozlov, CBS 2 News.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we got 3 more stories. Hold on. Oh, I can't pass this by. Hold on a second, y'all.
We begin with that attack over a mask dispute inside an
New York
Apple
City.
store in Manhattan.
A security guard had to be taken to the hospital after being stabbed and slashed by a customer. It happened at the Apple store on 14th Street and 9th Avenue in the meatpacking district. Police say the customer was asked to wear a mask, refused, and then allegedly stabbed the guard in the stomach and arm and slashed him on the head. Witnesses described a wild scene.
They're screaming and people pushing each other. I saw him when they took him out in a stretcher. 2 paramedics followed by about 5 or 6 policemen.
Suspect is still on the run. The guard's injuries are not considered life-threatening.
Damn. You stab a man. I hope I don't regret this. But go ahead. Let it play.
The FBI is investigating about a dozen reported sightings of Brian Laundrie on the Appalachian Trail near the North Carolina-Tennessee border. So far, there have been no confirmed sightings. But what would it take to survive out there or anywhere like it? Francis Tapon is the author of the book Hike Your Own Hike, 7 Lessons from Backpacking Across America. Francis, thank you for being with us. You've hiked the Appalachian Trail. So what kind of skills would Brian Laundrie need to survive there over the last 3 weeks?
Well, it's not too hard to do it for 3 weeks. The challenge will be once the winter comes. So some of the skills will just be able to make a simple shelter, maybe set some traps so you can eat some simple animals and take advantage of the vegetation around you. But the real question will be, how can you survive the winter? That's when things get really tough.
You say the winter, when you say small animals, I'm thinking, Brian Laundrie reportedly had some survival skills, but I mean, are you thinking that he's out there like eating on squirrels, or do you think he's coming out? And again, I know that we're not trying to speculate here, but small animals like rabbits, birds, or would he maybe get away from the trail and come back closer to civilization and maybe forage through dumpsters?
Yeah, that's actually probably a better strategy, but a riskier strategy, because it is really hard to get enough calories to sustain yourself. And remember that at this time of year in the Appalachian Trail, the temperatures are really starting to drop at night. And so I assume that you would have a sleeping bag or something like that to keep you warm. But you burn a lot more calories when it's cold. And so you really need to take a lot more calories in. And that's hard to do when you're just foraging.
So if he is out there in a place like the Appalachian Trail, the cold is a concern, especially as we approach these cooler months. But what kinds of techniques would he have to stay warm? I mean, would he have to have those kinds of sleeping bags and all of the layers that he would need to stay warm ahead of time? Or is there some way that he might maybe bury himself underground?
Yeah, he could take a lot of dead leaves, and that creates some insulation, and that creates some loft, if you will. You can just shove that into your shirt and that kind of stuff to create like a poofy jacket, if you will. I would hope that he would, if he's trying to survive, or anybody's trying to survive, that you would have some level of preparation. But if you didn't have anything, yeah, you could pull it off for a little bit. But ultimately, I think he's going to have a real tough time, because one of the key things that a lot of people do for surviving in cold temperatures is what? Start a fire. And that's kind of hard to do, because he's going to attract a lot more attention.
That's what I was just thinking. You can't start a fire.
Point. And I think a lot of people were thinking about that next. We really appreciate your time, Francis Tapon. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for your insights.
We begin with.
So y'all know we couldn't go a day without something about the Brian Laundrie. You know we couldn't go a day. I ain't felt that boy yet. They're gonna shame. I ain't had no problem finding the girl body, but they can't find the dude.
This Saturday morning, deputies trying to figure out what led to a man being shot in the head in North Harris County. Deputies say it started with an altercation yesterday at Camelot Inn and Suites on Cypress Creek Parkway, FM 1960. One person shot the victim, then drove off, we are told. The victim then tried taking himself to the hospital, but died when he arrived. It is unclear this morning what the two were arguing about. Deputies are looking at surveillance video, though, to find out more.
Naya said he's a naturalist. He doesn't eat meat. Well, then he ain't got nothing to cook, but he still got to stay warm. Especially when it starts snowing.
Investigators are calling this a violent crime spree that ended with a suspected gunman being shot by police. It all happened inside this apartment building over here behind me. This is the Santa Fe apartment complex. You can see that investigators still have the street blocked off here on Main Street.
They'll go anywhere that's caught in the street.
As there is a very large and active police presence there on that block. It's hard to see now that the sun has come up, but it's actually on the 4th floor. You can still see some lights inside in there, and there are officers still walking around as they are trying to still figure out exactly what happened that led to them opening fire and killing a man inside.
He's got a gun to someone's head.
What? It was certainly a terrifying situation that played out on cell phone footage from a building just across the street here as someone was shooting that into that apartment complex, as you can see. Now, the gunman is dead this morning after he was shot by police during that hostage situation that was caught on camera. The video was recorded by the witness across the street, and you could see the man pointing a gun at her head in that video and then dragging her around. Officers at the apartment shot the suspect to death. Now, before taking the woman hostage, though, we're told the suspect went on a violent crime spree that ended with a short police chase, and that is what led them inside this building. That is where they were told that the man had taken someone hostage, and they say because of the previous crime spree, they just couldn't wait any longer, and they entered that apartment.
From outside, we have people that see the suspect through a window inside an apartment holding that woman at gunpoint. A tactical decision to save that woman's life is made, and the SWAT team enters that apartment. That's when we have the officer-involved shooting. The suspect is struck by gunfire, and he's been pronounced deceased here at scene. That hostage, while not physically harmed on the outside, was obviously taken to a hospital for a full examination.
Prior to entering this particular apartment complex, investigators say they started getting calls about an hour and a half beforehand. They say a man with a gun put that gun to a man's head and pulled the trigger, but it didn't go off. They say they went into a nearby business where he threatened a family and opened fire, grazing a 14-year-old with one of those bullets. They say he'd left there. He attempted to carjack a woman at gunpoint, attempted to steal a man's bike, and again, then ended up inside this apartment complex where that officer-involved shooting took place. Back out here live, you can see the scene is still active right now. As I mentioned, it's not clear how much longer it will last, but I'm guessing it should wrap up here in the next couple of hours. But in the meantime, that you have to remember that Main Street is closed between 6th and 5th Street if folks are heading down here to this area. Still a lot of information to come, though, Amy, and about exactly what prompted this. At this time, investigators don't believe that this suspect knew any of his victims. Listen back to you.
Daggone shame. I'll play this only because of Davey.
Subway service briefly came to a halt this week at one Manhattan station to accommodate a cat rescue. It happened Thursday night at the Columbus Circle station. A black cat was rescued from the tracks by an MTA worker who then placed it on the subway platform. Station staff somehow spotted the cat and managed to stop an incoming train so they could save it.
What in the doing? All right, y'all, we have an update.
Okay, we do have some breaking news to tell you about because moments ago, a most bizarre story has apparently come to an end. A man in Queens who squirreled away in his tree for more than 2 days has just come down. This video is just from moments ago. Again, he spent more than 2 days up there. So why was he there and why did he come down? I was News reporter Stacey Sager live in the Brookville section with the latest. Stacey.
Well, Bill, this had become both a spectacle in this neighborhood and a sad testament to the problem of mental illness. And so police had backed off. And here's what happened just moments ago. Look at the live feet. Look at these on the camera. You need to be rolling. Entire street, his entire community watching. But here's how it went up until this moment.
It has become a test of wills here on 145th Avenue in Queens, where this tree is the focus of everyone's attention. And 44-year-old resident Rudy Thomas isn't budging. He hasn't come down in more than 52 hours, except at 4:25 p.m. today to get food. And then it was right back up.
The way they are portraying him as a monster is not true. Sweetest person I know.
Reba Perry is an NYPD chaplain. But Rudy Thomas's own mother and girlfriend have told police a very different story. His girlfriend filed a complaint against him for punching and slapping her in his car on September 30th. And his own mother called 911 on her son Wednesday after she says they had an argument, and he said, quote, "I'm going to kill you." Then neighbors took this picture of Thomas on his roof, but for more than 2 days now, it has just been the tree.
Have I steered you wrong yet? Not yet. I give you my word, right? All right.
The NYPD trying to reason with the community, growing more and more agitated with their approach here. Rudy Thomas also claiming to have been abused by law enforcement while serving time at Rikers years ago. And clearly he has had no sleep for days, and until late this afternoon, no food either.
When you're dealing with somebody with mental illness who hasn't eaten in 3 days, you can give them a piece of crack, a little bit of water, and they get back into their mental state, and then he'll wake up and realize, what am I doing up here?
If they cleared all this out, even moved it further back, Rudy would come down out that tree. He's going to outdo them because he's going to stay in that tree for days and they're going to be worn out, and Rudy going to still be up in that tree.
Yeah, no one here wanted to see that happen. No one, including Rudy Thomas. And you're looking at a live picture now of the street. Once again, 4:30 this afternoon, police decided to change their approach. They gave Rudy Thomas food, and so he climbed down from the tree. He got the food. He went right back up. No one knew how much longer he was going to stay in the tree. And then at 5 o'clock tonight, he came down off that tree, he climbed on the roof, and he went back into his house. No one was hurt. Police were determined to wait this out, and police changed their approach when it just didn't seem to be working. Once again, a major spectacle in this community, and just a sad testament to the problems of mental illness and the struggles and how police are trying to deal with it. We're live in Brookville. I'm Stacey Sager, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
The mental illness. The mental illness.
Subway service briefly came.
The mental illness is just out of control. Well, was that the last story? Hold on. Yeah. I want to know if people was able to film on their cell phone, why couldn't somebody take a shot at them? That's what I want to know. Why couldn't somebody take a shot at them? You nosy enough to be recording. Why couldn't nobody take a shot at him?
So last night I was in a Bible study that we have every other Friday, and there were a number of people talking about this little boy who's been lost, and it was news to me. This is the first I'd heard of it, but I'm not paying attention to news, anything. And so I was prompted then by the Spirit to say, you will go look for that boy tomorrow. You will search the woods. And so I said, okay. And so our group at the end, we always do a lot of prayer times. We were praying for him. And now it's 2 days. Today makes the third day. And so I got up this morning, did my Bible study, devotional time, prayer time, like I try to do every day. And my wife came in and said, what are you going to do today? I said, well, I'm going to go out in the woods and see if I can find that boy. And I did.
How long were you out there looking for him?
I left here at 10:15, and I found him at 11:30. And he was only like 3/4 of a mile up the pipeline here. I kind of went off on some different rabbit trails.
So he was along the pipeline then?
Yeah, just right, probably 10 yards into the woods, the thicket.
Did you hear him or?
Well, I was walking up the pipeline and I heard a noise, but it sounded like maybe it could be an animal in distress. Sometimes deer will do that. They'll kind of make noises like you think it's maybe a human. So I'm walking a little bit further and I'm really listening hard. I'm wanting to hear a child, right? And so then I hear what sounds like a human child in distress. But I couldn't understand the words. As it turns out, he only speaks Spanish. And I couldn't understand what he might have been saying. But every time I heard, I yelled out, hello, hello. Didn't get a response. So I'm thinking, this is weird. And so as soon as I heard it the second time, I'm calling Grimes County to let them know, hey, send somebody out here. I've heard this sound twice. And so I think he could be here. And they came out and I told them where to go looking. And they started looking, like I said, I think I heard the noise up the pipeline a little further off to the right. And they were doing their thing, and they're yelling for Christopher. Christopher. And now I know his name. And so as I'm walking back down the pipeline to come back home, and I hear the noise. I stop. And then I said, Christopher. And this time I got a response. Prior to that, I never got a response when I yelled out, but I called his name and he responded. And he kept talking, and I just went through the thicket of the woods and I found him and picked him up, and he was totally naked, no shoes, no clothing, nothing. He might have had a few scratches, but I didn't check him out to see, but he was unscathed. Been out of the woods for 3 days without food or water. Picked him up. He wasn't shaking. He wasn't nervous. He was calm. And there had been a lot of people out of this community praying for that little boy. Many had given up hope. And the story is don't give up hope. Right. And God's still in the miracle business. He's still answering prayer.
Yep. Definitely is. Yep. How far is it from here where you found him at?
All right, so they found a little boy that's missing. That's good. Did we see this story?
Hello, my name is Natalie Ammons. I'm the Deputy Director for Public and Governmental Affairs with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Standing with me here this afternoon is Alamo Police Chief
Georgia
Karen
on my
Vanders
mind.
and GBI Special Agent in Charge Lindsay Wilks of our Eastman office. Also with us is Sheriff Larry Dean from Lawrence County, Sheriff Randy Rigdon from Wheeler County, and Commander of the Oconee Drug Task Force, Trey Williams. Early this morning around 1 a.m., Officer Dylan Harrison was shot and killed outside the Alamo Police Department.
5 minutes.
Officer Harrison was 26 years old of Dudley, Georgia, and leaves behind a wife and a 6-month-old baby. Officer Harrison was a part-time Alamo police officer working his first shift with the department last night. He was also a full-time Oconee Drug Task Force agent out of Eastman, Georgia. He has been in law enforcement since 2018. Officer Harrison will be taken to the GBI Crime Lab for autopsy indicator. A blue alert has been issued for Damian Anthony Ferguson, age 43, of Alamo, Georgia. A blue alert is a public safety alert that is issued when a suspect has killed or seriously injured an officer and has not been apprehended, and that may be a serious threat to the public. There are many ways that tips can be submitted to the GBI. You can submit tips anonymously by calling 1-800-597-TIPS or 8477 at the GBI website at www.gbi.georgia.gov and clicking on online tip form, or by downloading the See Something, Send Something mobile app. Search CSEE Send SEND on Apple or Android devices. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Ferguson or with any information that you think may be pertinent to this investigation should contact us at one of those many different ways. A reward is being offered with information leading to the arrest of Ferguson, and there are a lot of agencies that are assisting with this investigation. So I'm going to have Special Agent in Charge Lindsay Wilks come up and discuss that.
Good afternoon. I am Lindsay Wilks. I'm the Special Agent in Charge of the Eastman GBI office. LINDSEYWILKES. Agencies assisting with the investigation along with the GBI are the Wheeler County Sheriff's Office, the Alamo Police Department, Lawrence County Sheriff's Office, Trutland County Sheriff's Office, Dodge County Sheriff's Office, Telfair County Sheriff's Office, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, McRae Helena Police Department, Oconee Drug Task Force, Eastman Police Department, Oconee District Attorney's Office, the Georgia State Patrol, Department of Community Supervision, Department of Corrections, the FBI, and the U.S. Marshal Service Southeastern Regional Fugitive Task Force. Currently, the reward is at $17,500 for the arrest of Damian Ferguson, also known as Luke Ferguson. So if anyone has any information, please contact the GBI 911, anybody but preferably the GBI tip line with information leading to the arrest of Ferguson. Thank you. I'm going to turn it back over to Natalie at this time.
Thank you. So at this time, this investigation is very active. The most important thing is to take the suspect into custody. So anyone that has any information, no matter how small you think it may be, if you can please report it to any one of those methods that we gave you, and we will receive those tips. And then as Agent Wilks stated, that there also is a reward leading to the arrest of Ferguson. So the most important thing right now is that we're telling everybody to be on the lookout for the suspect at this time. I will follow up after this conference ends with a written statement and also photos of both Officer Harrison and Damian Ferguson, also known as Luke Ferguson. That's all the information we have at this time. Thank you. Yes, they will. Yes, we will put them on, it will be on the GBI Facebook page, but then also we will send it out to the media, and I'm sure that they will. Yes, they can. Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Hurry for the thing right now. Hold on, yeah. Squid. And the salmon. Oh. Leave you in a minute. And Rick got some names. All right, he do. All right, here we go. Oh. I'm back, y'all. I got me some snacks. And I'm eating it. Huh.
New this morning, 4 suspects have been arrested after a deadly shooting in Raleigh. The shooting happened overnight last week along East Millbrook Road. Officers showed up and found 2 men with gunshot wounds. One of them died. Raleigh police arrested these 2 people on your screen, Horace Devon Teal and Aisha Annette Underwood, on Friday. Teal was charged with murder. Underwood and 2 others were charged with accessory after the fact of murder. Spring Hope Police and the Nash County Sheriff's Office helped catch them.
Damn. That was a fast story.
Edward Padilla's banged-up 2003 Jeep Commander was found dumped on the west side of Chicago weeks after the 38-year-old pizza delivery driver was carjacked at gunpoint last year near Diversey and North Sawyer.
I was delivering food, and I was got outside the house, or got out the car, and I felt somebody just say, give me the keys to your car, give me your phone.
While carjackings were on the rise last year, Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart says this year is even worse. Countywide, including Chicago, carjackings have increased by almost 44%. But Dart says law enforcement is getting a better handle on it after his department created a database using information from city and suburban departments.
In doing that, we found patterns that we had not seen before.
Patterns like what day carjackers prefer.
You sat there and thought about it, you'd think, okay, well, probably Fridays and Saturdays are the biggest days for this stuff. It turned out to be Tuesday. I had no idea why.
Department data also found close to 64% of the victims are male and 36% are female. And luxury cars are not a carjacker's preferred choice. The data shows a Toyota Camry is the #1 targeted vehicle, followed by a Jeep Grand Cherokee, Nissan Altima, Chevy Malibu, and a Honda CR-V. And while downtown carjackings may get more attention, the data shows most carjackings occur on one side of town.
There's just certain neighborhoods where the numbers are double, triple, quadruple of anywhere else. And a lot of them have been in the west side of the city of Chicago.
Sheriff Dart says compiling countywide data has allowed his department to respond more quickly. The amount of time it's taken to recover cars has been cut in half. Sheriff Dart says while progress is being made, there's still a long way to go before those carjacking numbers go down and victims feel comfortable again. Edward Padilla is no longer a pizza delivery driver, and he says he lives in paranoia every time he gets out of his car.
That damn shame. Did he do anything today? Yeah.
Is a police cop Choco the nice him, the construction worker. See y'all, look. 2, 1.
Extreme trigger.
See, look, y'all, I got the guy, I got the gun, the police cop choco. And I ain't get to worry all right. Sorry. Yeah, I got the gun. Look at y'all. Yeah, damn right. Good look. That's why I got your ass in the cop choco. Yeah, look, he coughed me choking up to death. Look at him. Yeah, he said good luck. You damn right, good luck, fool. Damn right, you got damn right, good luck, fool.
Blue team. Red team. Green team. White team. Blue team. Red team.
Red team.
Green
Red team. White team.
Okay.
Blue team.
All right. That's Kevin. If anybody have any ideas for things that he could do, please leave it under his comment section. I think he's running out of ideas. Because he just did the police chokehold 3 videos ago with the same gun. I think he needs some new ideas. Anything else looking at him? 2 weeks ago. That's Fox. Can't fool with Fox. We always saw that. Oh no.
Flash flooding forced almost 24 people from their townhomes just off I-440.
CBS 17's Haley Fixler spoke with neighbors at Brook Hill Apartments who were rescued by the Raleigh Fire Department.
Knocked on our door and we're like, we need to hurry up and get you guys out. I was having like a panic attack. You know, with my 2-month-old, I was just thinking, how am I going to get out of here?
18-year-old Kayla Williams, her daughter and boyfriend and his family hopped in a boat outside of their door at Brook Hill Townhouses in Raleigh.
It was very weird to wake up Saturday morning and be on a boat in your parking lot.
The parking lot and all of these homes inundated with water rushing over the sidewalks.
And I was worrying am I going to have to swim?
And covering the cars in the lot.
So we had to walk like a couple feet to get to the boat and it was at my knees.
Like rushing water. It was really fast. Really scary.
Amanda Tuvois called me from a bus as she and her family waited for the Red Cross.
I've never seen anything like it. Everywhere was like basically underwater.
They just moved from Canada 2 months ago and were one of 12 families evacuated to dry land. Their homes are damaged, and while they're searching for a new place to stay, some are already planning for changes in their lives.
And now that this has happened, we're definitely going to be moving.
Just grab what's important to you. Everything else can be replaced, you know. Grab your family, grab your pets.
In Raleigh, Haley Fixler, CBS 17 News.
And some people living in those townhomes tell us this is the 3rd time they've had to deal with flooding there. Some of the residents found out today their renter's insurance does not cover flooding.
Why you still live there? Why do you still live there? Bobcat, I'm going to message the seller and ask him, can he send me a PDF of the usual manual, okay? Let's see what's going on.
Now, Mayor Lightfoot is asking the Park District Board to fire its CEO over sexual harassment scandals. The Mike Kelly has been on suspension since mid-August as part of a probe involving dozens of lifeguards who say they were abused or harassed on the job by supervisors. Mayor says Kelly mishandled the investigation and adds that it's time for new leadership to ensure that the Park District is a safe place for people to work and play.
I don't know if I believe this, y'all. Y'all heard this?
New tonight, more possible clues in the hunt for Brian Laundrie.
Just the way he was acting, the things that he was saying, made me think that he was not stable.
Hiker Dennis Davis meeting with the FBI today after contacting law enforcement over the weekend, saying he had an encounter with a man he believed to be Brian Laundrie.
I'm 99.99% sure that was him.
What made you so sure it was Brian?
I pulled open another picture of him, and it was a profile view. And of course, that's the angle that I had for the majority of the time that I was talking with Brian. And when I opened up that picture of him, my body, I had a physical reaction to it. My heart jumped out of my rib cage. It felt like my blood started pumping. There was just no doubt in my mind. Again, the way my whole body reacted to that encounter.
Davis says he was on a hiking trip on the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina near the border of Tennessee. He was driving around 12:30 a.m. on Saturday morning when a man waved him over for help.
He went on to tell me that him and his girlfriend had a fight, that she called him and told him that she loved him. And then he told me he was trying to get to California to see her. I basically sat in my car wide awake for the next 5 hours, because I couldn't go to sleep. I mean, I was just super pumped up. Again, what's the thinking? Let's get the police out here and go catch this guy.
The Haywood County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina confirming to NBC News that Davis met with the FBI at their office and saying the Sheriff's Office has received and responded to numerous reports throughout Haywood County over the course of the last week. We will continue to pursue leads surrounding this case as they come in. Laundrie is a person of interest in the Gabby Petito investigation. There's also a federal warrant out for his arrest in a fraud-related case. Gabby's family speaking with Dr. Phil today about the hunt for their daughter's missing fiancé.
I just hope he's found. I really do.
He'll be found.
No, I mean alive.
I want to look him in the eyes.
The more he runs, the more he hides, the less he can try to say it was a mistake or he had nothing to do with it.
I want to see him in a jail cell for the rest of his life, where he's an outdoorsman, being in that concrete cell and he can't go see those trees and hug those, and smell the fresh air like that.
He's an outdoorsman that would be in a cement box.
NBC News reached out to the Laundrie family attorney for a response to the interview. He said the Laundries had no comment. Her parents looking to keep their daughter's memory alive.
She was just an amazing soul, and she's beautiful inside and out, and she touched so many people. Anybody that met her, just her smile was infectious. We're gonna work hard to
keep her spirit.
Keeping her spirit going and be positive and just help people, because that's what she would do.
And Dasha Burns joins us now live in studio. Dasha, I know you have some new and important details about the timeline of the road trip between Laundrie and Petito.
Yeah, Tom, you may remember that dramatic body cam video from Moab police in Utah after officers pulled over Gabby and Brian in their van. Well, the Laundrie family attorney is now confirming some reports that Brian actually flew back home to Florida just days after that encounter. He said the reason he flew home was to obtain some items and to close a storage unit to save money as the couple contemplated extending their road trip. He then flew back to meet Gabby again in Utah on August 23rd. And we know, Tom, that the last text message that Gabby's mom received from her phone was on August 27th.
All right, Dasha Burns for us tonight. Dasha, we thank you for that.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories.
What was the point?
Now, Mayor Lightfoot is asking the Park District.
Cheltenham police released disturbing video in hopes it will help them catch a robber who stabbed a store clerk.
You can see the 62-year-old woman
Are we going
struggling with
together?
a man who was armed with a knife. This happened just before 1 Wednesday afternoon at the Mr. Cigarette store on West Cheltenham Avenue. A younger woman ran behind that suspect and was followed by a small child. She managed to get that child out of harm's way. The older woman stabbed twice and is now in critical condition. If you have information about this crime, you are asked to call Cheltenham Police.
I don't understand. You running a company. Why do you leave old people to run it? And I've seen several places. We had the woman that was at the gun shop. And even the old woman that run the gun shop. What the old lady gonna do? Don't understand it. And they got a 3-year-old sitting there.
Now to breaking news. Chicago police are at the shooting scene in North Center.
A driver is in critical condition after crashing into a restaurant and a parking meter box. CBS 2's Mugo Odigwe is live in North Center to tell us how this all went down. Mugo.
Mugo.
Yeah, good morning. This is just a crazy story. I'm going to start by showing you what the scene looks like right now. Police officers are still out here. You can see the car the driver was, and there's an officer out there taking pictures right now. That car is pretty much damaged. But if you look at the door of this restaurant, that's the restaurant police say the driver crashed into. You can see the door there, just that front door is standing out there, just out of that, where it's supposed to stand. Now, look at the ground, though. This is the other thing I want to show you here. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow that driver hit the light pole. You can see it pretty much split in half. But let's go to this video. This is an incredible video from when police officers first arrived on scene. Again, we want to show you that car. This is on Lincoln and Montrose in North Center. You can see that car here I mentioned earlier, badly damaged. There's a tree in front of it. The meter box it crashed into is on the ground. Here is what we've learned from police. They say a 21-year-old man was driving when someone in another car fired shots, causing that 21-year-old man to hit a tree, a meter box, and that restaurant door. Now, here's the thing. When police arrived on scene and tried to approach him, they say the victim took off. He even threw a gun and drugs on the ground as he ran away. They eventually caught up to him, though, and realized he had been shot in the neck. So right now, that victim, that man, the 21-year-old, he is in critical condition. He was taken to Illinois Masonic. He was shot in the neck, and police say they're still searching for the person in the other car who shot at him in the first place. So again, a very crazy story out here. Police officers still on scene, taking pictures, trying to process the scene. So it might take a while before things are cleared out here. We're live in North Center. Mugo Odigwe, CBS 2 News.
Well, he was doing something. He was doing something. I don't feel, you feel sorry?
And we're working to get more information about a disturbing incident on UNC Chapel Hill's campus. Police confirm a person fell from an upper floor of Hinton James Residence Hall around 11 o'clock this morning. We are told the investigation is ongoing, but there is no word on who fell, the circumstances surrounding the incident, or the person's condition.
How you fall out of the window unless somebody push you? That's Fox News. Damn. They always got the good stuff. They always got the good stuff.
They had been working hard, the phones, during the pandemic. Now they're back on the streets. Scammers. Residents in Logan Square and Humboldt Park say people posing as ComEd workers have been going door to door trying to get their personal information. Our Jackie Kostick is live in Logan Square with what you need to know. Jackie.
Brad, these folks have been so persistent. Then when I was going door to door today to try to speak to people in this neighborhood, I was actually mistaken for a scammer. So a guy yelled across to me. He said, "I thought I already told you not to come back." I said, no, I work for CBS. This is exactly why I'm here. So it turns out these scammers have shown up to this neighborhood at least twice in the last month.
I just told them, I already told you I don't want to talk to you. Please go away, and just shut the door on them.
Dan Kuntz is fed up.
I believe they asked if I wanted to lower my power bill, and I knew for a fact there was no way I was going to lower my power bill talking to them.
Kuntz says twice in the last month he's found probable scammers on his doorstep, claiming to be from a power company, but not wearing any identifiable company logos.
They sometimes take your account number and will switch your energy provider without your consent.
Tom Dominguez with ComEd says scam attempts happen year-round, and scammers are always changing their approach and after different things.
We've heard incidents where they've come to your door telling you that there's utility work that needs to be done on your property. Then they'll walk you into your backyard while an accomplice rummages through your house.
Dominguez says these brazen in-person scams fell to the back burner at the beginning of the pandemic, but have since resurfaced. He says the one telltale sign of a door-to-door scammer is exactly what tipped off neighbor Dan Kuntz.
Yeah, if they're from ComEd, they'll identify themselves as from ComEd and have badges that say ComEd.
And if they don't,
they're not from ComEd.
Dominguez says these scammers often target families who are facing financial hardship. He said that ComEd does have several payment assistance programs. So if you do need help, he said to give them a call. He said if you do fall victim to a scam, they'll make sure you call police and report it to ComEd. Live in Logan Square tonight, Jackie Kostick, CBS 2 News.
Jackie, thank you.
Now, y'all told me I was crazy. I allowed the woman to come to my door. I knew she was alive. I was just on the phone with BG&E. This woman rang my bell and rang my bell. Finally, I went. She started asking my personal information. I said, well, let me see where this go at. When she got to something too personal, I closed the door in her face and told her to get the hell out of here. I strung her along.
Following a breaking news story out of Lauderhill tonight, that's where police were approached by a man with several gunshot wounds while they were on the scene of an unrelated hit-and-run crash. The man was apparently shot by a former employee at a Metro PCS store in the 5500 block of Ocean Park Boulevard. We're told the employee came to the store and confronted the manager over being fired. The argument escalated and she shot the victim several times in the chest and fled, according to police. He was immediately transported to Broward Health and is in critical condition. Authorities are asking anyone with information on the shooting to call the Lauderhill Police Department.
How do you get your job back if you shoot the boss? That's all I want to know. How do you get your job back? But when you get caught, you go to jail, now you got nothing. I don't understand. Yeah. That part wasn't no good. Well, guess what? We got another Metro BCS story. What you say?
We begin with a would-be robber shot and killed by an employee at a local cell phone store. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Jessica Cartalia. The tense encounter that lasted only seconds was captured on surveillance video. Eyewitness News reporter Greg Argos is at police headquarters with what we know about the suspect and the worker. Greg?
Well, Jessica, the entire ordeal lasted less than 12 seconds. Police say that man who entered the store intended to rob it, but he probably did not realize the single employee inside was also carrying a handgun. Reports of gunfire came on the initial call.
Out of nowhere, I heard about 10 gunshots.
Police rushing to the corner of 70th and Elmwood Streets in southwest Philadelphia.
When they arrived on scene, they were met by an employee of Metro PCS.
And turns out that shooting inside this Metro PCS cell phone store.
The guy that works at Metro PCS run out the store with a gun in his hand.
Let's back up about 30 seconds. Around 4:10 Monday afternoon, Eyewitness News obtaining the surveillance video inside the store, which shows a man wearing a hoodie enter with a handgun. He tosses what the store owner says is a bag towards the sole employee, telling him to fill it with phones. Little does he know that worker is armed himself.
He discharged his firearm at the robbery suspect, numerous times striking him.
That suspect died. Captain Scott Driscoll says that employee, whose identity we're concealing, is legally allowed to carry. Investigators say the store has been robbed at least 2 other times within the past year. Such a common occurrence, police regularly visit.
There's a police logbook inside there. The officers routinely will go inside that store, meet with the employees in there, and sign the logbook.
Monday evening, technicians with the medical examiner's office, homicide detectives, and crime scene analysts combed through the store.
I go in that store every day.
As those who live, shop, and work nearby, some who even know the employee.
She comes in here, buys food. I bought my phone from there. He's a really good guy.
Say they're so very glad he's okay.
It's a shame that it had to happen, but just thank God it was, you know what I mean? He didn't get hurt.
Right now, that store employee has not been charged with anything, though this investigation is continuing. Meanwhile, detectives have not yet released the name of that would-be robber who died there at the store. I'm live here at Philadelphia Police Headquarters. Greg Argos, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Greg, thanks.
He's on video. A man coming there and put a gun in his face. And the first thing they say is, well, you know, the victim legally had the right to have a gun. The dude that came in the store, I bet you he ain't got no right to have no gun. What the hell is wrong with them people? You know good boy, that criminal didn't have no permit to carry no gun. But you feel that you have to help out the victim because he defended himself and his property. You got to defend him by saying, well, you know, he had a personal, if whether he had a permit or not. The man that came in there and put a gun in his face didn't. And the fact that that man was arrogant enough to turn away from him, throw a bag in his face and turn away from him. That man had every right to shoot that chump. How could you be that stupid? You don't take your eye off your opponent. There was the guy that said, I was standing at the up at the window at a gas station, and the dude came up from behind me, and he said, I got a gun in your back. Give me all your money. And I said, you're not going to make it across the street. He said, I said I got a gun to your back. And I said, if you was going to use it, you would already shot me. Because you see, I'm resisting. And I'm telling you, you're not going to make it across the street. While he was still talking, I had a stun gun in my hand. And I set it off. I said, you're not going to make it across the street. This is only one of the weapons I'm carrying. I'm standing here waiting for somebody to come up from behind. Because if you was going to shoot me, you would have did it already. But if I turn around, this is going on your nutsack. And if that don't stop you and make you drop that gun, I got something else that will. And he pushed me in the back and went on out the door. And I bet you he robbed somebody else that night, but it wasn't me. I've had a gun pulled on me 3 times in my life. The first time I complied. Actually, 3 times. I said 3 times, right? I told y'all about when I was on the bus and the dude was standing outside and he pulled a gun in my head. I ducked down. I don't know if he was aiming for me or the person that was sitting beside me on the bus. I don't know. I ducked down. The second time I told you I had a whole bunch of stuff on me. And all they got was $20 and some coins. Told y'all about the time when 15 dudes, but all 15 didn't come over. Only one did. And I was gonna beat the crap out of him. And I had the tube pepper spray, the kind with the red cap on it. That's why I tell you never buy it. I sat there and squirted it and nothing came out. The other boys started coming over. I just went on, emptied my wallet out. It was only a 20 and some change. That's why I said, no, I'm sorry. I kept the 10. I had a $10 bill in there. I kept that. I held it with my finger, but I dumped the wallet out and dumped the change. I had a whole bunch of change. They was all digging around getting the change. I was gone. They were digging for the chain. I was gone. I had $100 Walkman on me. And they messing with the change? Okay. You can have that. But and it's going to happen again. I live in Baltimore City. But I'm more prepared now. It's like when I go off the door, I'm expecting, not looking, but I'm expecting for something to happen, you know. What's the first thing I say when we get back in the house? I made it back safely. Why do I say that? Because every time I go out the door, I don't expect to come right back. I don't. I live in Baltimore City. I don't expect to come back. I hope to come back. I pray to come back. That's why I make sure Davy food is always full, that she got enough for days. Because it might be a minute for somebody to come back and realize that I'm gone. That's why I always try to make sure she got plenty of food. I was in the hospital I came back. She still had plenty of food. Still had a half a tub of water. Y'all always saying be careful when I go outside. I told you I don't halfway expect to come back. I hope to come back. God willing, I come back. But that's my expectation. The minute I go out the door, it was a song Arrested Development had back in the 90s. It was Mama's Always on Stage. And what that means is when you performing, you on stage. Well, when you go out the door, you on stage. People are looking at you who you don't see. They might be around the corner. They might be in the house. They might be in the car. Somebody's always looking at you. And that's why you can't show weakness. Sometimes I be so out of breath or I be so tired and I keep trucking on. I don't want nobody to know it. I don't want nobody to see weakness. Because if they see weakness, you become prey. Always show your strength. No matter how bad you're feeling. Always show your strength. When I was down on the floor in that market, I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like it. Makes you feel like a wuss. Like you can't defend yourself. What are you talking about, my dad? Bike ain't safe with over 35 miles per hour with full load on it. You got it running? When he does, he'll tell us. Matter of fact, Mud Duck, you remind me about the footage. Did the camera record today? That's a sad question to ask. Did the camera record today? Because y'all know UPS was supposed to deliver our camera. Now they saying Monday. But it was put on the truck Friday morning, but it ain't going to be delivered till Monday. Yeah, whatever. It's right down the street. It's literally right down the street. 5 miles down the road, but they ain't going to deliver it. All right. It recorded. Man, we got a lot of footage. Hold on. It kept recording. So hold on a second. You can stop right here and you can delete this. It was recording while we was in the house. You can delete that. Yes. That'll help. All right. Now, do it again. All right, y'all. We got some footage. Like, So open. All right. Our next one. Come on.
Hey, the one over money. These ain't work no more. Hey, Ned, happy Friday. Come on.
Wait a minute, that's yesterday. Oh no, I hope we didn't get rid of the wrong footage. Uh-oh. This is yesterday. Hey. If that is not a mole, when I was in the hospital, they had the catheter in right there. What was that? Wait a minute. Uh-oh. I said, uh-oh. I forgot to empty the camera. Uh-oh. You hear me? It's supposed to be a green light right there. Where's the green light? The green light flashing lets you know it's recording. Let's hit the road. All right, that's today. So I was surprised. They said that my blood sugar was high. And they say high, but that's what it normally is. They said it was high, but it was what it normally is. So I didn't get that, but they said it was high. Oh, they blocking the road down there. It's on the sidewalk. It ain't gonna kill you. I get that. Somebody just hit the cash app. Thank you. Thank you, John Lee. Hello, how you doing? One car sitting there. Just one. But all on go. Put all them cars. All right. Let's go. Come on, girl. Let's go. I would be rusting to the red light. Light gonna change. Oh, it did? Yeah, gonna light won't change. There it is. Neil said you have no clue what elevated dose does to your body. I should have stayed in the street. Other side. How y'all doing? Pretty good? Other side. Oh, other side. Somebody else just hit the cash app. Thank you. 2, 3. You done got hit both ways. I got some. All right, pump them legs. Let's go. That's sorry, Wendy's. There's the Family Dollar. Almost had an accident on aisle 5. Oh, my song coming on. Oh, yeah, I'm doing. Oh, there he is. Don't give me a hard time, y'all know it. Step up with the hard time. How you doing, buddy? Yesterday you saw Bessie. This is Marsha. This is Marsha Brady. Well, this belongs to the company. We got 3 girls. We got Cindy, Jan, and this is Marsha. Cindy don't have no rear suspension. Jan got the rear suspension and a hydraulic brake. This one got a 750 watt motor though, and fat tires, 26-inch fat tires. So you got the Cindy, the Jan. Well, if you can get past this lot, come on. She definitely is big. Actually, just use a combination. There's the phone we do the live stream on. But y'all was there with me for that. We can. All I would do was just tell a company, send me another set. I don't think Anita might be right. They might not send me nothing. All right, Mud Duck, there you go. I was going to say, who's touching the bike? Public transportation for me, unless I'm packing something. How you doing, bro? It replaced the metformin and the low sartan. And I didn't take either one of those, just take this pill. And then they gave me the milk of magnesium. And I got the meter. My blood sugar. So, milk of magnesium. How you doing, sir? I should have wrote the screen. I don't know why I'm on the sidewalk. Baby. How you doing, sir? He said.
This phone gets on my nerves. Ah. Come on. I hit it 4 times. There it is. All right, there we go. All right, now we can see what's the line. Say something.
70 miles per hour. Liz said, okay, saw this earlier. Time for me to get off now. All right, Liz, have a good night, dear.
See what y'all saying? Come on now. Y'all know I've been eating right. See, I would kill for a cheesesteak right now. I'd kill for some shrimp egg foo young, chopped up cat dog tongue. I'd kill for it. Like I said, how you doing? See, well, I wouldn't kill for a pizza with double pepperoni and extra cheese on. But you know what?
Look how ragged this parking lot is.
I like that when I had to go to the bathroom, I don't smell a urine. When I'm about to bed. I like that. Those are benefits of eating right.
See, we out there with the cars. We want to play around. Yes, sir, Fall Steve. We on the Martian. Y'all know the FedEx let us down today, right? That they said we were getting the camera early today, and they full of crap. But that's what I was kind of waiting around for them to. I was kind of waiting around for them to come, and then I checked it, and then it said it'll be Monday before the end of the day. How you go from Saturday to Monday? They talking about it's on the truck. I guess the truck driver didn't show up. But anyway, hopefully starting Tuesday, y'all will be able to do what I'm doing while y'all watching the live stream. Y'all be able to look at what y'all want to see. Y'all be able to pan around. And I can be like Fat Boy on both knee bikes. Everybody look at my ugly mug. We going up the mountain. And that bump. On that little bike, that bump right there will almost knock me off. I was going to go up the sidewalk, but nobody coming. Till we get to the light. Uh-oh.
Well, all right, y'all. We're going to the market right now.
Yeah, you can.
We just missed the light. They don't need to accelerate. Yeah, you blowing a horn, but where you going? You ain't got
I
nothing.
think he's blowing a horn at her. But they had the door open. They wasn't going nowhere. I would hope not.
Okay, but when I was in the hospital, like I said, Nia, when I was in the hospital, I came in at 3:07, and I didn't eat that night until 10:30 the next morning, and they had got it down to 140. I ate their breakfast, what they allowed me to have. I shot up to 240 when they came in and tested me again. So if I came in at 3:07, I eat what they eat. What's the vibe difference? What is the difference between 240 and 3:07? That's all I'm saying. What's the vibe difference? Now I understand that it's not good.
You little kids while they're playing.
They got the kids playing tag in the street. And that won't be the first one to be up there with the black lawyer talking about she won $5 million. Time for the week moment. No food at 12 a.m. But y'all know when I get off the show, I go eat. Maybe I should eat before the show. That might be it.
Or maybe I should end the show at 11 o'clock.
Why I set so high in the morning? Because I eat before. Thank you for that, Bless. Why they in the middle of the road?
Hey, Mud Dog, there you go. Wait a minute. You said you wanted to see some behinds. There you go, Mud Duck.
What's up, buddy? Pretty good, good. How you doing? Well, I got to say, how you doing, sir? Pretty good. Thanks, sir. now. Well, I gave up on that. I gave up on that list.
We can fast forward. There you go, my duck. I like the color on that car. That's a nice color blue. Looks like nobody ain't borrowing the bike, that's all. And then what were they doing? No. There you go, my duck. Hey, concrete jungle. We was inside the market for a while. Y'all see it was still light out when we got there. Am I back out? No. Hey, yeah, 3 of them. It's a 360-degree camera. I leave it out here on the bike to see if anybody gonna mess with it. Y'all see it's getting darker. What the heck is he doing? What the heck is he doing? Hold on, run it back. What the heck is he doing? What the heck is Grandpa doing? You can skip that. All right, am.
We got the exercise today.
There ain't nothing unhealthy in that cart.
Why you think I'm ignoring you, man? I'm gonna answer your questions when I see them. Y'all just threw me off a couple times. Y'all said get the honey bread. Then you said don't get the honey bread. I'm looking at you like, oh Lord. Come on, phone, don't do that. What are you doing?
What do y'all see in that cart that's unhealthy?
The phone lost his mind. I don't know what the hell is going on. The phone lost his mind. The selfie stick doing what it want to do. Are we back?
Everything in that cart is healthy.
I know it feels good to take his daggone mask off. All right, y'all, are we back? Wait a minute. That's crazy. Like that. You trying to get on the highway? Like right there. I'm so embarrassed. And it's a blessing.
There go the bananas, the bread. All right, speed up.
No way I can forget. I can get all that good stuff they got in there. Shit. Yeah, come on. It ain't that one. Gotta be the. There it is.
Starting Tuesday,
Don't you go nowhere.
y'all gonna be sitting right here, not down there. Y'all gonna be sitting up here, and y'all gonna be able to do what I'm doing. Oh.
Yeah, get dark and turn the lights on, y'all. You know what together, man.
Y'all see me well lit. Yeah. Yeah, where they getting their money out the ATM. All right, it's time for the weed moment.
All right, y'all. Y'all ready for the weed moment? All you can say is, wee. That's all you can say is, wee. Wee. That's all you can say. Let me say it again. He said, please don't kill yourself. Yeah, it's only 7 something. It's getting dark early. That's why we spend so much on the lights.
People out there on the stoop.
How you doing?
In the middle of the street doing nothing.
I'm taking my time.
We came up, the kids was in the street playing tag. And we come back, the adults in the middle of the street. That daggone shame.
Changing. Let's go. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. See how much a minute we can get. Hey, don't hit me. Hey, don't hit the fat boy. Oh, we just missed the light.
I don't know what they look at. All right, light changing. Let's go.
Change, huh? All right, get in there.
All right, time for the weed moment. Here we go. All I gotta do is say wee. Well, just like bungee jumping. All right, Alistair, you have a good one.
We out here with the big boy.
They backing out one way. How you gonna back out on a major road? You begging somebody to hit you. Look at the train tracks, train bridge. Y'all remember we were just here? We cut through that gas station, remember? That's a one way on that side. Skeech! Off eBay concrete jungle. If you hang around, I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, I gotta take that mirror up. That mirror is crazy. Yeah. Somebody remind me to tighten up the right mirror up. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to do that. I gotta tighten the right mirror. I was moving it and I loosened it. Any lights? Nope. Why did this dude come out the alley? What the hell was he doing? I'm sorry. What the hell was that dude doing in the alley? I thought I saw something. What was that dude doing in the alley? Right there. Somebody remind me to. What was that dude doing in the alley? Hanging out with Rand McNally. What was he doing in the alley? That used to be our old turn right there. Any lights? Nope. Look. Dude came out of nowhere. It's pitch black down there. I thought I saw somebody come out there. All righty. Concrete asked us, and you're right. We supposed to have been using the new camera today. As usual, FedEx failed us. Just like Mud Duck Post got his bike Wednesday. He didn't get it till a Thursday. Well, he had to wait one extra day. God darn it, we got to wait the whole weekend. Let me share screen with you gentlemen, with you folks, gentlemen and ladies. Let's go to Google. Now, y'all can look at the video yesterday, and it said that we had an update. But now look, Monday, October the 11th. Now, y'all know that we're going to be doing a hard stress test. Hopefully, somebody don't steal our camera. Y'all see it arrived 7:52 a.m. 7:52 a.m. on FedEx for delivery. Scheduled delivery for next business day. So that means that they put it on the truck this morning, but nobody driving the truck. The truck's still sitting there. And it's going to sit there all weekend on the truck. Somebody make that make sense. It's going to sit the whole weekend on the truck. Now, let me show. You go to eBay and you type in, well, there you go. It's already right there. Yeah. Now, you can only get this camera. Matter of fact, let me take off Samsung because you had to have a Samsung 8 or higher to be able to. I believe it's Samsung 8 or higher. So I'll just put in regular camera, regular 360-degree camera, and there's the instant go. I wouldn't get these if you're gonna do some if you're gonna be doing some moving, like walking around or riding around. I wouldn't get these because they fall off. We tried that already. That's only for an essential phone. That's $429. Got done. That Nikon camera, it sure look pretty, but not for no $174. GoPro Max. One day before I die, we're going to have a GoPro. One day before I die. Wait for that price to come down. The Rilo, I can never find a Rilo at under $100. If I ever find one at $100 and I got the $100, we're going to get it. GoPro Fusion, that's in the auction. We actually have one of these. It's the same camera, but different name on it. We actually have one of these. These work pretty good. The only problem with these is that you can't plug it up and use it at the same time. If you plug it up, it go into charge mode and it go into transfer mode. Like you transferring the information to the computer. It won't let you record and charge at the same time. So they suck. That's why they're so cheap. Insta360. GoPro Max. They got a GoPro Fusion for $175. If somebody interested, that's the thing to get. Insta1. Now, this is what we got. But we didn't pay $85, but that's what we got. That's the Garmin Verb. That's overpriced. GoPro Max. It's in an auction. That thing ain't going for no $260. Insta1 for $240. GoPro for $214. I'm just giving him an example. This got 15 hours on it left. Somebody got a GoPro Fusion camera, and they got two 64 gigabyte cards and one battery. That's out of our reach, but 15 hours left on it. Here's the same camera, $200 of best offer. Another version of the same camera, $230. That's in the auction. Insta361. That's a damn good deal. $129. I mean, that's a deal. Somebody needs some money. GoPros in $249. That's an auction. This is the camera that we got coming Monday. Somebody got it for $73.95 plus, so that's $84. So we did get a deal. Somebody $379, $185, $170, $210, $219. Somebody got a Rilo. It's in an auction. $489. I'm just letting you see the prices. A Yee Can't find a Yee for under $100. Ah, that's a bad camera right there. You can't find it for under $100. GoPro Max. We just saw the Rollo for one something. Somebody got it for $250, and that's why it's still sitting there. 3 hours and 50 minutes left. A Concrete Jungle, you better jump on it. $152. It got 3 hours and 5 minutes left. It's gone at 1:20 a.m. It's only got 3 bids on it. 152. You've seen this pop up like I don't know how many times in the listing. It's always been 200 and something. 152. Shoot. Somebody got the money, get it. That's in the auction. That's essential. This is in an auction. They got 5 days left on it. You know what? They're asking too much money. They're asking $75 right off the top. Ain't nobody gonna bid on that. Because look, here's another one. Somebody right off the top. Nobody bidding on it. They're asking too much money. You know why? Because look, pre-owned, $60 or best offer. So that's $71.85. If they're gonna pay $71.85, why would they enter an auction for $74.99 or auction for $75? Anybody got an answer? That's only one lens. You don't want to fool with that because it's a circle. It's really hard to show people, and it's when it's in a circle. But there's that same camera we just looked at. Tag, they want $12,000. 8K camera. 350, 229. Yeah, these things are on the leg. 392, 425, 360, 239. God darn. 2 GoPro Maxes, $360. Had one at the front of the bike and one at the back. Something wrong with that one. Nobody written on it. They say, please read. GoPro Fusion for $213. GoPro Max $375. That's just a kit. That's an Insta1 auction. Parts only. It don't work. What? I mean, that's what we need for the camera, but what? $45? You lost your mind. You better find it. See, that's the kind you hold it up and you vanish out the picture. You're not in the video. But God darn, I'll be in the video. Pay that kind of money. See if you can grab this one. It's gone at 4:05 this afternoon, but $65. That's not bad. You can stream YouTube on that and Facebook. 209. That's not bad. Kodak is crap. Rick Otheta, I don't even fool with that mess. GoPro Max 400. All right, y'all. I'm just showing them. Damn, $229 for a stand. That's all it is a stand. Dang, $4,000. God, who the heck will pay $4,000 for a camera? They lost their mind. They better find it. They have lost their mind. But while we here, let me see. Out of curiosity. Out of curiosity. Right there. $10.08. When would you get it? When would you get it? Fit for. That's what we need right there. Samsung Gear 2. It only comes in white. And December 22nd. What? No, that's what we need, but goddamn. I said, goddamn, what the son is saying. See how it got the notches right there? And what you do is see the screw right there? You screw that on. We have a mount, one on Bessie and one on Marsha. So both bikes, they have a permanent mount. We never take them off. God damn. I said, God damn. You don't have to put on the red light. You don't have to. Anyway, here we go right here. She said, Roxanne, don't turn on the red light. Don't turn on the red light. She said, Roxanne, don't turn on the red light. Amen. I'm trying to see. Now it's showing the phones, but we don't. It's the same thing that's on Amazon. It's actually cheaper on Amazon. She said, Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light. Ain't it? What was that? It got the thing right there, but I have the mount. You would untwist that, take that part off. See, because this camera doesn't have a mount. It's got to go in the case. But if you don't want it in the case, then you just hold it up. All right, so we on what you call, right? You said it's FedEx ground. Is it FedEx ground? FedEx ground workers are not employees of FedEx, they're contractors. That's why nothing gets delivered on time. Facts. Mother said you say 170 for a new brand for a bike is crazy too. If you got it and you need it, why is it crazy to get it? It'd be crazy for me if the bike is running. I can't justify spending $170 on anything if the bike is running. But if you fixing it up the way you want it, nothing is too expensive if you're getting it the way you want it. You can't let somebody tell you, how you gonna do what you gonna do. Speaking of the bikes, have we pushed the bikes today? Let me share screen. Have we pushed the bikes today? All right. Oops, I'm ready to mess up. Do 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 do. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm on the wrong page. There we go. Hey. How she got moved down. Here's the story of a man named Brady. He had 3 bikes of his own. This is the baby bike. This is the baby of the Jeep baby. This is our Cindy Brady. That gray just looks so nice. I wish they made Marsha in that color. And I got one. That color just says, man, it just it's on. It also comes in the black and green. What makes the G babies? You're welcome, Concrete. What makes the G babies stand out is they don't look like e-bikes. They look like regular bikes. If you didn't look at the motor, you wouldn't know this was an e-bike. Everything is so hidden. Look at how everything is so hidden. It looks like a regular bike. See, you got that big 13 amp hour battery in there. You got 27-inch, 2.8-inch wide tires. You got a front suspension fork. Like I said, you got a nice display. You got mechanical disc brakes. You got a 7-speed Shimano tourney shifter. You got a 500-watt motor that peaks between 750 and 800. This is a nice starter bike. If you're not going to be out there on the trails, you're not going to be jumping over the tree stumps. You're just doing this for regular commuting, riding around your neighborhood, maybe riding in the grass. This could be the bike for you. Let me get you the link. This is the link if you want to get the Cindy Brady, the Pass Select G9. Here's my coupon code. I can save you some money. Just type in Brother Derek. Just type in Brother Derek G9. Copy it, and then I'll paste it for you. Let me show you what to do with it. There's my coupon code. Come back to it. I still like that gray. That's just something about that gray. But I'm too fat for that bike. But check it out though. They're asking for $10.99. I can get you this bike for $9.99. They asking $10.99. I can get you that bike for $9.99. If that $9.99 is too much for you, then why not check out this bike? It's not as pretty. It's not as pretty as Cindy is. And the motor is a little smaller, but I'd rather be on this bike than be on Cindy. This bike got a 330-pound weight limit. That means that motor is stronger. It might only be 350 watts. This bike got a 330-pound weight limit. Cindy has a 500-watt motor, and her weight limit is 220. I take my chances on this. I know this is going to carry my fat butt. This bike going to carry me better than Cindy will. And guess what? This is called the Pass Select P100. If you really want to try out an e-bike and you don't want to spend a lot of money, or you got somebody who you know is irresponsible, I would get them this bike. I seriously would consider, especially somebody irresponsible, leave stuff laying around and don't take care of that stuff. I'll get them this bike. There's the link, and there's my coupon code. And let me show you why. It's not as pretty as Cindy, but it carries a lot more weight than she does. And with my coupon, Cindy is $9.99. Well, guess what? With my coupon, this bike is $8.99. This bike is $8.99. 330-pound weight limit. It's $8.99. Where you gonna find something cheaper than that at? I said $8.99. Where you gonna find something cheaper than that at? 330-pound weight limit. So something to consider. Now let's get back to the G-Babies. I showed you Cindy. Now this is Jan. Mud Duck is working on his Jan right now. This is Jan Brady. It also comes. Wait a minute. I know I hit it. There it is. It also comes in black and green. Now, what's the difference between Jan and Cindy? Well, features. Same bike. Just features. It's the upgrade. So that means they got a little snappier motor. They both got 500 watt motors that peak between 750 and 800 watts. But it's three things that separate Jan from Cindy. Three things separate the $9.99 from the $13.99 features. If you want the upgrades and the features, you got to pay a little bit more. Instead of a black and white display, you said, have they increased? Wait a minute, do they even have the batteries? Hold on, because this is new website. I haven't even looked. Thanks for reminding me, Bobcat. $10.4. The depot supposed to be 11.6. Yeah, here it is, Bobcat. Let me see if my coupon code still works. Right now. Let me see. Wait a minute. Go back. Hold on a sec. Oh, that's the wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Hold on. That's the wrong one, Bobcat. The one we had was 14.5. Where's that at? That's only 13 amp hours. The one we had was for 14.5. It was the same battery that's in Marshall, and we had the extra battery. We had the 11.6, not 10.4. I'm gonna have to. I haven't talked to him in days. I'm gonna have to talk to him and find out. I haven't talked to him in days. I had to talk to him and find out. So no, my coupon code don't work on that one. Anyway, let's get back to Jan. What separates Jan from Cindy, because they got the same tires, 27.5-inch, 2.8-inch wide tires. They got the same front suspension fork. They got the same 13 amp hour battery. They got the same 500 watt motor that peaks at almost 800. And that's where the similarities stop. Cindy has a 7-speed Shimano shifter. Jan has an 8-speed. Cindy doesn't have rear shocks. Jan has rear shocks. Cindy has mechanical disc brakes. Jan has hydraulic brakes. Those features make this bike stand out, makes Jan stand out from Cindy, especially if you want to take it on streets with a lot of potholes. You want to take it on a trail and jump over the tree roots and all that, go through the streams or whatever. This bike is the bike for you, and it don't look like an e-bike. But the difference is the upgrades. The rear flex frame suspension, the 8-speed shifter, the color display, and the hydraulic brakes. Those features is what makes this bike stand out, and it makes it an upgrade to Cindy. Now, if you got children, you might want to get your children Cindy and get yourself Jan. Bobcat, I get that opinion every day. Oh, where you been? I give that opinion on a daily basis almost. But we're going to get to it. I haven't got to the foldables yet, but we'll get to it. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put the coupon code in here, and we'll get to it. There's the code for the GS9. Let me show you what you do with it. Because, see, they're asking for $16.99. I think we can do better than that. We can do better than $16.99. Put my coupon code in there. You get this bike for... What? Oh, I didn't copy it. That's my fault. It actually got the link. My bad. I just type it in. Brother Derek GS9. That is. My coupon code in there. You get it for $13.99. Yes, you're paying $400 more, but you're getting a little snappier motor. You're getting hydraulic brakes. You're getting rear flex frame suspension. You're getting a color display. You get an 8-speed shifter. Those are the upgrades. You get upgrades, you got to pay for them. Look how many bikes in this category, they won't give you rear suspension. A lot of the money you paying is for the hydraulic brakes and the rear suspension. Let's keep it 100. Because a lot of bike companies in this price category won't give you either. They won't give you neither one. And I can name you a list of them. Bobcat gave us a bike that was $2,000 and they had the mechanical disc brakes on there. Like, what the heck? Mechanical disc brakes. Uh-oh, something restocking soon. What's that? Okay, that's in stock. All right, so I showed y'all Cindy. I showed y'all Jan. Let me show you the Queen of the Hill. If you can't look already and see why this is called the Queen of the Hill, I don't know what to tell you. If you can't tell what make this the Queen of the Hill, I don't know what to say to you. Because right now, Cindy not even in the equation. So just forget about Cindy. Unless you cheat, you just only want to spend $1,000, then go ahead and spend $9.99 and get Cindy. And then have that regret. Because you're going to have regret. If you cheap out and get Jan, you still going to have regret. Let me tell you why. I told you what separate Jan from Cindy. Let me tell you what separate Marsha from anything on this page. Those 26-inch. And I was riding them boys today, let me tell you. Them 26-inch, 4-inch wide fat tires. I was riding that boy today. Let me tell you. And I measured them. I don't think they 26-inch. I think they 28-inch, but we'll leave it be. My inseam is 27 and a half. And I know for a fact that thing come up to me. So I don't think they 26 and a half. They might be 27 and a half. They not 26 and a half. But check out them fat tires. That's what separates Marsha from Cindy and Jan, number one. Because see, Jan and Marsha got a lot in common. They both got hydraulic brakes. They both got color displays. They both got that flex frame suspension. And I was riding it today, and let me tell you, it's a pleasure to have that suspension, especially on them fat tires. Let me tell you. That's where the similarities in. Because then Marsha, the GS9 Plus, starts to pull away. Number one, the tires. Number two, she has hydraulic brakes just like Jan does. They got the same suspension. But Cindy and Jan have a 13 amp hour battery. Marsha has a 14.5 amp hour battery. And she needs that 14.5 amp hour battery. Because Marsha got something in her behind that Cindy and Jan can only pray for. She got a 750 watt motor that peaks between 1,050 and 1,100 watts. She is the queen of the hill. She's got a 9-speed Shimano shifter. Jan only has 8 and Cindy only got 7. And she's got the best color display out of any of the bikes on Passelet. This is the Marsha. Almost 1,100 watts. And this bike don't look like an e-bike. Look at how the wires are kept inside. Ain't nothing that says e-bike until you look at that motor back there. I get so many compliments on this bike. I played you the video. How many compliments did y'all hear about the bike? Everybody talks about how beautiful it is. That's all people say, how beautiful that bike is. There is the link if you want to get the Passelet GS9 Plus, the Marsha. Remember, Cindy the G9, Jan the GS9, and Marsha is the GS9 Plus. Let me put the code in here for you. And then I'm going to answer Bobcat's question. There's the link. Let me show you what you do with it. If you want to get the Queen of the Hill, you're not going to pay $18.99. Go to discount code and paste my code in there. You're only going to pay $16.99. $16.99 for the Queen of the Hill. And before y'all say $16.99 is too much money, let me remind you of something. Without my coupon code, how much is Jan? Without my coupon code, how much is Jan? Without my coupon code, how much are they asking for Jan? They asking for $16.99. You only get 2.8-inch wide tires. You only get a 13 amp hour battery. You only get a 500 watt motor that peaks between 750 and 800 watts. You put my coupon on Marsha, the GS9 Plus, the Plus. Remember the Plus. I can get you the 26-inch, 4-inch wide tires. I can get you a 14.5 amp hour battery, a 9-speed shifter. For the same price that they asking for the middle child. Let that marinate. For the same price that they asking for the middle child, I can get you the top of the line, the queen of the hill, the mother load, the mother chode. Treat yourself. Y'all just saw me riding that bike today. And let me tell you, it was fun. Don't want nobody that had no regret. Now, I showed y'all the mountain bikes. Now it's time to go to the foldables. This is the Pedelec PX5. This has a weight limit of 330 pounds. Marshall only has a weight limit of 260. Marshall got bigger tires at 26-inch, 4 inches wide. This only got 20. This bike has a weight limit of 330 pounds. This bike carries me uphill better than Marshall do because of the weight limit. Plus, they got smaller tires, more torque for hill climbing. Going downhill, Marshall smokes this bike. But going uphill, because of my weight, it evens it out. But this bike takes me everywhere. I've been all over the city on this bike. I think this is the best 500-watt motor that I've seen. This bike takes me everywhere. And don't give me a problem. Doesn't whine, doesn't complain. Go over to brother, go over to the e-bike Life While Disabled channel and see how many videos of me riding this bike. This bike never stutters, never hiccups, never gives a problem. Go take a look for yourself. This bike has 20-inch, 4-inch wide tires. It has a rack, and I use the rack every time I go shopping. If I don't have Marshall, because I put a rack on Marshall. If I don't have Marshall, I got this bike. It comes with fenders. It's got a 7-speed Shimano shifter. I always keep it in 4. But for those of you that shift, it's got a 7-speed Shimano shifter. It's got a black and white display. It's got a 10.4 amp hour battery. It got mechanical disc brakes. This bike has front suspension and it has a suspension seat post. Your rear suspension is in the suspension seat post. I think this is the best 500-watt foldable out there. I don't think anybody can touch this. That's my opinion, but I ride it and I can tell you how I feel. Doesn't feel like a 500-watt. And I'm being honest with you. When I'm on this bike, I don't never have to worry about will the motor get tired or will it cut off. Nope. You see me ride this bike everywhere. This is the PX5, the Pedelec PX5. Let me get you the code. This is my coupon code. Brother Derek, PX5. Let me show what you do with it. Oh, and we have it in black and white. Mine's is black. We have it in black and white. This is the one I have. This is the color, I'm sorry, that I have. This is the color. That's a bad mama jama. Look at it. And I know because I ride it. See how high you supposed to have the seat post up? I can't have it up that high because of my short legs. which is why I'm about to bring you to the king of the hill. Because when I earn this bike, I won't have that problem anymore. But they're asking $12.99. They asking $12.99. Is it worth $12.99? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. For big guys like me, this is what you need. But use my coupon code. It's not $12.99. You use my coupon code, I can get it for you for $10.49. I can get this bike for you for $10.49. For those of you cheapos who might be saying, I'd rather get Cindy for $9.99 and I'd rather save that $50. I say to you, you're a darn fool. On my downhill speed test, Marsha got 36. She got a 750 watt motor. But this bike got 34. 34 miles per hour, not kilometers, miles per hour. This bike got 34. As pretty as Jan is, I'd rather have Bessie. And if I got a lot of hills on my trip, I'd rather have the PX5 than have the GS9 Plus. And that's supposed to be the queen of the hill. I can get you this bike for $10.49. There ain't no bike out there in this price range. No bike out there in this price range that's better than this bike. If it is, I ain't seen it. Now, I showed you the king of the 500 watt e-bikes. Let me show you the king of the hill. We got the queen of the hill. That's Marsha. This is the king of the hill. This is the upgrade to the PX5. It's the upgrade. And we got it in green and we got it in black. And let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. Why do I call this the king of the hill? Because it's a matter of weight. If you weigh more than 260 pounds, don't get Marsha, get this bike. If you live in a hilly area, don't get Marsha, get this bike. Don't get the GS9 Plus, get this bike. Number one, it folds up. None of the G-Babies fold. They're mountain bikes. Number two, they have shorter handlebars, which means they're easier to take through door openings, especially if you're commuting and you want to go on a, you want to fold it up and put it in your trunk or put it in your RV. This bike has everything that Marsha has and more. Let me explain to you. Marsha is the best featured bike that Pedelec offers, but this is the best value. Yes, Marsha has 26-inch 4-inch wide fat tires. This got 20-inch 4-inch wide fat tires. Marsha's got a 9-speed Shimano Tourney shifter. This has an 8-speed Altus. Altus is the middle of the line. Tourney is the entry level when it comes to Shimano shifters. So this got a better gearing system on it. Marsha has Marsha has a 14.5 amp hour battery. This has a 12 amp hour battery. Ooh, well, that got 2.5 more amp hours, but you turn in a bigger wheel. You turn in a bigger wheel, a 26-inch wheel versus a 20-inch wheel. Kind of offset each other. So I had to give them a tie in that category. But because you got a smaller wheel, you got more torque and more power, more hill climbing ability. Plus, this carries more weight This bike can handle 335 pounds. I think Marsha can only handle 260, 270. Big as them fat tires is, the weight limit. And I'm saying 260 because the first time I saw it, it said 260. But if you go look on the website, it doesn't. It shows the weight is 300. But it's got the same frame. It got the same frame as Cindy and Jan. It just got fat tires and a 750 watt motor instead of 500. So if their weight limit is 220, to say that's 240, 260, 270, okay. But this is 330. And they got smaller tires. That means they got more torque. They both got 750 watt motors that can peak at almost 1100. This bike got smaller tires. It folds. It comes with rack fenders. It comes with a tail light. And when you hit the brakes, the lights flash to let the cars know behind you you're stopping. And just like Marsha, the suspension is in the frame. The rear suspension is in the frame. Just like Jan and Marsha's is. But this sit lower to the ground with 20 inches. 20 inches instead of 26. And I can put the seat all the way down. Now on the PX5, the bike I got sitting right there, I have to have the seat sit up a little bit so that I can take advantage of the suspension seat post. The suspension is in the frame. I can put the seat all the way down. And I can comfortably put my feet on the ground when I'm on it. It's got that heavy duty rack. The rack on the PX5 is excellent. I can't wait to try the rack on that PS6. Look how thick and heavy. This thing can carry a load. And I can't wait. Now, if somebody asked me if I had the money, which bike would I get if I could get it all over again? I want the PS6, and I've been saying that the whole time. I want a PS6. PS6 is the best value. And when I had it for $12.99, y'all should have jumped on it. The PS6 is the best value. It's the best value. Now, if you want the prettier bike and you under 260 pounds, then get Marsha. But if you want a workhorse, you live in a hilly area like I do, you want the torque from them small wheels. You want a smaller wheel to give you more hill climbing power. They both got hydraulic brakes. They both got great shifters. They both got color displays. They both got full suspension. The difference is you can't fold Marsha up. You can fold this bike up. This bike is going to give you more torque going up the hill. It's going to take off faster when you hit the accelerator. This is why I think this bike is the best. That's just my opinion. Some people would disagree, but that's my opinion. Let me get you the link for the best deal. This is the King of the Hill, the best deal that Pastor Luck has right now. In my opinion, for what I need it for, it's the best bike. For those of you 240 pounds and under, Marsha might be the best deal for you. Let me give y'all the code. I can sell, not even sell, if I can get 13 of y'all to hit that coupon link, I'll get to keep Marsha, and I'll get a PS6. This is my link. Let me show you what you do with it. Now you notice this is the same price. This is the same price. When you use my coupon, to get Marsha, the GS9 Plus, it's $16.99. But you use my coupon to buy this bike. If you don't mind missing the 26-inch fat tires, you can deal with 20 inches. Everything else is pretty much the same. I can get you this bike for $13.99. So $16.99 or $13.99. I take this bike at $13.99. I think this is the best deal. And they ain't got many of them. Y'all better get on the bandwagon. They ain't got many of them. Come on, I'm trying to earn one. Help me out. Help yourself out. Help your family out. Some more came off the boat. Yay. So, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong. We on the PX5. Yeah, you got me with that one. All right, it's 15 at the green. It's 15 at the green, and it's 15 at the black. So, what y'all waiting on? All right, Bobcat, did I answer your question? Where did Bobcat go? Did I answer your question? What? Are you serious?
Police arrest a homeless woman caught on camera attacking a teenager in Queens. The woman allegedly walked up behind a 16-year-old girl and put her in a chokehold while she was at a restaurant in Astoria on Monday. The woman walked away after a passerby got involved, leaving the girl with a bruise on her neck. Today, police arrested 36-year-old Minerva Martinez and charged her with strangulation.
That was a woman. That was a woman. All right, y'all, give me 1 second here. Bobcat said he sent a video. So hold on a sec. I hope it's not a fat boy. Old chubby webby. I call him that because he flagged us. I call him that because he flagged us. Old chubby webby. He's not chubby. So wrong with you. Oh, sure.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? So today we're taking a look at a brand new bike. This is the Cybertrack 300 by Mitaku. Now, this is the upgraded version to their previous model, which was the Cybertrack 100. It had a 350 watt motor and 36 volt system. This one has a 48 volt battery and a 500 watt motor. So today's test, we're going to take it on a long ride. We're going to do a little different than normal because there's a football game going on in the parking lot that I normally do my speed test videos in. So we're going to take this thing for just a long ride today, which is what most people are going to do and how they're going to ride it. We're going to go up some different hills to try this bike out on. And what's really nice, and I'm kind of excited to try, is this is like a normal bicycle with a 21 speed system here, because there's 3 different chain rings in the front and your 7-speed Shimano shifter in the rear. So we're going to try that out on some hills, see if it makes a difference going up some hills and if it's needed. And we're going to see the different speeds of this bike. I got everything put together. Brakes are all adjusted and wiped down with brake cleaner, and everything seems to be pretty good on the bike so far. The brakes seem pretty nice. No squeaks or squills at all so far. As you can see, I'm going down this hill just using the back brake right now because I'm one-handed. But we're going to go over some things that are nice about this bike, some things that I think should be changed or upgraded in the future, and see if this bike's right for you. Now, I do want to mention that Mataku did send me this bike free for testing and review, but that's not going to prevent us from putting it through the paces today and giving you my honest opinion. If you guys want to see more about this bike or pick one of these up, they did provide me with a very generous $150 discount code. I don't know exactly how long it's for, so I'll put down in the description of this video all the details to that, as well as some of the accessories that I use on most of my bikes. If you guys are interested, make sure you guys check those out. So the first thing I want to mention and talk about is the, hang on guys, there's a car coming, is the throttle. One thing that's nice is that you have full throttle in all PAS levels. You have 5 different levels of assist, and the throttle works.
Why are we looking at this bike?
100%.
Police arrest a homeless woman caught on camera.
Why are we looking at this bike, Bobcat? It ain't got no rear suspension, and it's a 500-watt motor. 750 and up. We don't want to go back. And then it don't have 4-inch wide tires. Those tires look like they 2.2, 2.3. It's hard to get behind anything less than 750 watt. Now, I talked to somebody today that asked me about the bike when we was at the market, and the guy said that he was going to get, he wanted a 3,000 watt e-bike. I looked at him sideways. The heck are you going to do with a 3,000 watt e-bike? Because here's the problem. Bessie's 500 watts is enough, but I want a little bit more. That's why I want the PS6, because it got a 750 watt. Some of y'all are saying, yeah. Well, what the heck are you going to do with 3,000 watts? First of all, you're going to get pulled over, depending on what state you live in. In my state, the speed limit is 20 miles per hour on a Class 2 e-bike. A Class 2 e-bike is an e-bike that has a throttle, whether it's hand or thumb, has a motor no more than 750 watts. And by pushing the throttle, it's not supposed to go no more than 20 miles per hour on level ground. That's why you see most of the e-bikes that come to the United States, when you on level ground, they normally go 19, 20 miles per hour. You have to go into the settings. Why do you have to go into the settings and change the speed? Because that's what the government says. Now we cheat, when we take it up to 28 miles. We cheat, but fact of the matter is, if you got a 3,000 watt e-bike, you can probably do 70 80 miles per hour. Where are you going to do 70, 80 miles per hour at? You can't do it on the legal road. And if you get on the highway, they're going to get you. Because you ain't supposed to take a bicycle on the highway. So sometimes, you know, Bobcat, go I hate to even promote him. Go to Fat Boy. BoatandEbike.com. Go to Fat Boy. He sells the stickers. As much as I hate to say old chubby wubby. I'm only mad at him because I'm only mad at him because he flagged me. But you might can find them on Amazon or eBay. I hate to promote him in any kind of way. Oh, chubby. And that, do you see it? Here we go. There you go, Bobcat, $9.99. Oh, chubby webby. You can go to BoatandEbikes.com and get you your sticker. Matter of fact, you're right. I hate to admit it. I ain't gonna buy them from him though. Let me see if somebody else sell them. Oh, chubby. Let me see. Class 2 e-bike stickers. Class 2. Oh, somebody got a class 1. Oh, and that's class 2. That's Etsy. Well, we only need 2. What is it? That's only $6.99. What happened? Where are they? There you go, boss. This is $6.99. Yep, there you go. Is there any No, because to be honest with y'all, I need one for each bike. To be honest, I need one for each bike. Yeah, I'm just being honest. I need one for each bike. I ain't making no jokes. I'm dead serious. Let me see. Where did they have the sticker at? Yeah, on the back panel. Yeah, whether I want to admit it or not. Yeah, I need one. Well, if that's the case, then make 2 copies and send it to me. Why you want a sticker? In case somebody asks. Like suppose you want to go on a trail or something. and somebody goes, "Oh no, you got a class 3." They be like, "What do you mean I got a class 3?" You know, you never want to give the cops a reason. Like I said, they don't bother me though, so I can't speak. Excuse me. I can't wait to see your videos. I can't wait to see your videos. We saw that already. Hey, it's 11:18. Blessed always said, "Don't eat anything after midnight." It's 11:18, y'all. So let me go in here. I'm gonna make the grilled cheeses, and I'm gonna make the salad with the lemon juice and the olive oil. It ain't no Popeyes, but we're gonna have salad with olive oil, and I got my tomatoes. You know them little tomato balls. I like them little tomatoes. I got them tomatoes. We're gonna go ahead and get my eat on. And what's the day? Saturday? I know it was some kind of fight tonight. I can go in there and watch. So all right, y'all. I don't want to break my promise. She said, "Don't eat anything at the 12 o'clock." We're gonna do the Sunday sermon. We're gonna do the Saturday sermon tomorrow. Thanks to everybody who donated and helped out. If I budget right, we still might be able to get Marsha's break fixed. If I budget right. Wildcat said, "Whose video?" I'm talking about Mud Dog's video. When he get Jan, he say Jan gonna be doing 75 miles per hour. You got to see what? Oh, that's an order. Yeah, this Wildcat talking about. Alrighty, y'all. So let me get out of here. Thanks to everybody that helped out earlier with the donations. So we might actually be able to get that break fixed after all. If I budget. If I budget and get everything together, we should still be able to get the front brake done. I called the bike shop today, and they said I had to call Belvedere. I called them 3 times today, and the voicemail was busy, and nobody answered the phone. So, but that might have been a sign don't cancel it. That might have been a sign, don't cancel it. Because, see, I didn't know, but God knew. Everybody was going to come through. Well, Bobcat, we don't know if he's kidding or if he's just rubbing us. So just let it go. So, all right, y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. We will have, go ahead and moan and groan, but we're going to have Sunday sermon. We prefer Saturday sermon, but we had some stuff going today, and I appreciate it. So we'll do Sunday sermon, and it's going to be good. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. And we out. See you tomorrow, BD family. Great, eat me some salad.